Hello everyone, I just got out of Pride and Prejudice and Zombies 5 days ago? Yeah, this was from Tuesday afternoon. I didn't do a Hyperbole at that point. I've got a lot to shoot today, a lot to work on today. This is the first video I've done in about a week. It's really cold. You can probably hear the heater going. It's like minus, well now it's only -6 apparently according to what's going on now, but it's been cold, like -30 before wind chill Celsius, so not cool. Well, literally cool. You get it. But Hyperbole, it's Hyperbole. I know it's Hyperbole, but I say Hyperbole, that makes it mine. Pride and Prejudice and Zombies is another Abraham Lincoln vampire hunter kind of thing, except it really takes the existing story of Pride and Prejudice, which I've never read, but I know the basic idea of, like, classes and such like that of the era, and putting zombies in place and doing it in such a smart, intelligent way that they fit and it works and is kind of natural. A great thing that the movie does is establish that zombies happened and we're just moving forward and acknowledging the fact that they've happened. What I mean is, people, there's zombies around now and it sucks. It's not like they're reacting the first time to zombies and going from there. It benefits greatly from the fact that there just are zombies. And like the daughters are schooled in the martial arts to fight them. That's just the nature of how things are. And it plays on stuff well with that. Much in the vein of Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, this movie is really tightly tightly done with its concept and core idea and having fun with it. It's a GPC. It's a future GPC review, honestly. And it's even more so than Lincoln, because that one got to like 40 to 50 million. This thing in 2 weeks has only done about 10. Which is sad, because I think it's actually a bit better than Lincoln Vampire Hunter. It's funnier, it's got better action. I've seen some people upset over the PG-13, and my attitude there is, yeah, there's some editing done. Like, if it was R, it would have been more violent with like CGI blood kind of stuff, because like someone gets stabbed and then the sword's clean. So there is that, but blood splatters. So that's just a poor choice of how they did that. But I don't think if the zombies were more violent or that you saw them doing stuff, it would add anything. And also, the zombies don't really do a lot. They're just there. The zombies are as much a part of the Pride and the Prejudice. It's just the nature of how the people are and how they deal with things. So, like, there's no real zombie rampage or mass killings of things. Which, it sounds silly. It's not really a zombie movie. I know it's in the title, but you kind of get what I'm saying. There just happen to be zombies. But it's very natural and they're there, but the focus isn't on, oh god, there's zombies, what are we going to do? It's not a gore fest, and it's not supposed to be. Not all zombie movies have to be, and this proves that. Some can also do that even though they're not a gore fest, like Shaun of the Dead. But this one clearly goes around that, and that's why I think the PG-13 works, because it's not about absolute gore, and just because it's a zombie movie doesn't mean it has to be. Some can really achieve high levels and thrive in that, and we'll get to that with Deadpool and how that works, but the 13's fine. And making it R-rated wouldn't have made it do any better at the box office. I cut a sneeze out there. Making it 13 wouldn't, or making it R wouldn't have helped at the box office at all. Because, contrary to what people believe, not a lot of people look at the ratings or care about the ratings. That's an insular bubble that's online, very much so. People just go see a movie. More often than not, they'll find out what the rating was afterward. So they don't care if it's R. The casual audience doesn't care as much as nearly that many people think. They can tell when something's restrained, and that's about it. And I don't think this one really had that, outside of, like I said, the blood wasn't there. So it was cleaned up a little, maybe? making it more violent or R wouldn't have helped anything. Like Die Hard 4, like I've said before. It wouldn't change anything in what the movie is. So it wouldn't have increased any quality. It wouldn't have improved anything that people might have flaws with. If people just want to see more zombie rampaging, then fair enough, that's a thing, and there you go. But I thought it was great. It was funny. The cast was super awesome. Again, I don't want to go into too much more detail beyond it, but I'll just mention the one scene that kind of sums it up. The tone of things, in that the girls, you first meet them and they're like, instead of doing their whatever chores, they're working on guns. Just because you do. And then there's a bit afterwards where the two older sisters are there and the one's brushing her hair, like you do in the air or whatever. And then as they're just talking, doing the type of dialogue of Pride and Prejudice, probably exact dialogue, I'm sure, with some tweaks. And then it continues, and they're in a new room, and they're bowing as they start fighting and doing a sparring contest. And the other sisters come in and join, and they bow, and they do more of the fighting as well. It's pretty awesome. But the best part of it all is someone comes in with a letter for one of the sisters, and it's from the suitor, and they all run tittering off to go talk about it and gossip. It's Pride and Prejudice and zombies, and it works super well. There's a bit of dialogue. There's a fight scene when you know it's like a confrontational bit between two parties, and the dialogue, my brain's just going like, this is Pride and Prejudice. This is literally Jane Austen's writing, with the odd thing by Seth Grahame-Smith about the whole zombie part of things. But there's a fight scene happening during it, and it's like, that's the comedy, and it works so well. And then it just turns into the Seth Grahame-Smith thing, like, this is from the, I don't want to spoil anything, but it's like all this stuff about all this, and it's the Pride and Prejudice, and this and that, with the odd thing, and the odd thing, and the odd thing, and I'm writing to you from the boom, and it's like, oh, there's stuff. So 100% recommend it. Absolutely go see it while you can. Support movies like this. It had a bit of a struggle getting made, but I think it's a great, fun action movie. It's a GPC review if there ever was one. It was made to be reviewed like that. And it's not so bad it's good or dumb or anything. It's actually really funny and smart. So, there you go. I'm about to shoot the next one. Come back shortly. See you then.